What's up, you guys? It's Jessica and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what you can do with the $1,200 stimulus package the United States government will be granting you. As I'm recording this video on March 28th, 2020, unemployment has hit an all-time high with a record of 3.3 million applications submitted last week. It's no secret that we are living through one of the most uncertain times in the United States history. People all over the world have lost their jobs. Businesses are going out of business because they can't afford to pay rent. They can't afford to pay their employees, and the stock market has seen all-time lows. Due to all these economic factors, the United States government has decided to step in and provide aid to all eligible Americans. Now, before we get started on what you can do with this $1,200 stimulus package, we're going to go over eligibility because not everyone is eligible to receive this aid. The government is going to be looking at your 2019 tax return to determine eligibility. If you haven't filed your taxes this year yet, they're going to be looking at your 2018 tax return to determine eligibility. In order to be eligible for the $1,200, if you filed your taxes as a single person, you would have had to make under $75,000 to qualify for the $1,200. However, if you're married and you filed your taxes jointly, in order to qualify, in this case, it would be a $2,400 grant. You have had to make under $150,000 to qualify. In addition, if you have any children and you claim them as a dependent on your tax return, the government is going to give you an extra $500 per child on top of the $2,400. Another good thing to know is that for every $100 that you make over the limit that they're capping you on, the government is going to take away $5 for every $100 extra dollars that you've made, if that makes sense. So for example, if you made $75,100, your stimulus package will no longer be $1,200. It's going to be $1,195. So every time you make an extra 100, they're going to take away $5, meaning that essentially, as a single person, you are capped at $99,000. If you make anything more than that, then you will not be receiving a check. Same thing goes for the married couple who make over $199,000 jointly. They will also not be receiving a check. If you're still kind of confused with how I explained the whole thing and you still don't know exactly how much money you're going to be receiving from the government, if any, I'm going to leave a link down below to a website that actually calculates exactly how much money you're getting from the IRS. You can expect to see this check in your bank account around 4 to 6 weeks if you have direct deposit. If you don't have direct deposit, they're going to mail you a check, but it might take a little bit longer. With that being said, there are really 3 things you should be doing with this free $1,200 tax-free stimulus package. In no way am I a financial advisor or qualified to tell you what to do with your money, but these are just my opinions. No, I'm not going to teach you how to flip $1,200 and make them into $10,000. I'm going to tell you what to do in times of uncertainty like we're living in today, and how to be an above average person so you don't go and blow your money and use it to buy a new purse. The first thing that you should do with this $1,200 stimulus package is save it. Think about this. We are living in times of uncertainty. No one knows what's going to happen next. The person who's going to win is the one who prepared accordingly. We weren't counting on this money from the government in the first place. If all this wasn't happening, they wouldn't have given us money in the first place. I advise you to save the whole thing and put your money in a high interest savings account that offers a 1.7% return. If you go to a big bank and place it in your regular savings account, that's fine too, but just know you're not going to be earning much interest on your money. That's just going to be sitting there anyways. I advise you to open an online savings account. Personally, I use Capital One 360 Savings, where I earn a 1.7% return on my money. There are other good online banks out there, such as CIT Bank, HSBC Bank, Ally Bank, and they offer around the same amount. I am aware though that some people have it way harder than others do right now. Many people are unemployed and aren't receiving any income at all and are really relying on this money. The second thing that I advise you to do is to buy only essentials. And what I mean by essentials is food, water, and utilities that you absolutely need. Use this money to keep yourself healthy, keep your family healthy, and make sure you guys have food on the table. If you're fortunate enough to have a really good savings account to rely on and you still have income coming in and you're stocked on all essentials and you and your family have food to eat for the next month or so, if you're fortunate to be that person, then and only then do I suggest you invest this money. Again, only if you have a good cushion in your savings account, because we really do not know what's going to happen. More than likely, this whole pandemic will get worse in the coming weeks and we'll be hit by more terrible news. And what I mean by invest the money, I don't necessarily mean investing in the stock market, which you can do too. Again, invest in your own risk. Essentially, investing in the stock market is a gamble. If you do decide to invest in the stock market, I recommend going with index funds. That way you don't put all your eggs in one basket and choose a single stock. If you invest in index funds, it'll spread out your money and essentially you'll be investing in a basket of stocks. Other than stocks though, I do recommend that you invest your money in yourself. Whether that's buying books for yourself to keep yourself reading and keep yourself going during times like this, whether it's investing in mentorship and learning a new skill. Right now, a lot of us are at home quarantine and most people took their pedal off the gas. They're just relaxing right now and watching Netflix and chilling. If you're an above average person, use this time to go even harder and hone in on your skills. Build relevant skills that you can use after all this is over. Personally, a skill that I feel every single person should be learning right now, that they're at home with a laptop, with access to the internet, is learning how to make money online. There are many resources and even free resources out there, but if you want to take it a step further and invest your money into mentorship, I recommend you do that now. You have all the time in the world right now to focus on your craft and focus on making more money. If you have questions on mentors to seek out, send me a message or leave me a comment. I'll reach out to you and recommend you a couple of good people. With that being said, you guys, just to recap, the $1,200 tax-free stimulus package that we're receiving from the government, the first thing I do recommend for you to do is please save it. Save it for a rainy day. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what news we're going to be receiving moving forward. Put it in a high interest savings account so you can at least earn more interest while it's just sitting there. Also, if you're not in a good place right now, you recently lost your job and you really need that money to continue eating and providing for your family, then buy only essentials. Don't buy anything you don't need right now. Food, water, toiletries, and stuff like that. Then and only then do I recommend that you invest the money if you have a good cushion to rely on and you have all the essentials you and your family need. With that being said, you guys, thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate it. If you have any other questions, leave me a comment down below and I'll see you guys in the next video.